Is that cocoa tea?
It sure was. Okay, bring it up.
And Vegas. And Mr. Big Deal himself, Chris Martin. It's a nice vibes Jamaica song.
Yes.
A nice vibes Jamaica song, bringing us into a wonderful Tuesday morning. Rise and shine, sunrise. Happy Tuesday. Today we are choosing unity as we go forward into the rest of the week. The great Martin Luther King Jr. said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
He has so many good quotes, eh?
Yeah, he's one of those quote machines.
He is.
Yeah.
It's amazing how when you think of Martin Luther King, you would think he was a 70-year-old man and had been here forever, but he also had a very short lifespan. Same for Bob Marley.
Yeah.
It's amazing
so many
the
people,
impact.
Jesus, yeah.
Yes.
They just come
There's
for a
something
short
about
time.
That, the 30s.
Yeah, you come for such a time as this, and you've done what you have to do, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
You know?
But somehow there's a lasting impact that
Yes.
literally goes from generation to generation. Pretty amazing how that happens.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm
I've
good.
missed you.
I missed you too.
I missed you.
Brooksy.
Man.
Nice to see you.
Lots of things going on. Lots of things going on, of course. Did you watch the election coverage yesterday?
I caught some of the coverage last night.
Okay.
I was away. I zooped out and came back in.
Okay.
So I caught up with what was happening once I had connectivity with my device.
Yeah.
And when I got in, I was watching the panel here.
Okay.
But before we talk about what I saw on air, I will like to highlight, I'm really proud of us. Let me tell you why I'm proud of us. On my way home, I drove through an area, and on one side of the road was a stream of orange, and on the other side of the road was a stream of green, and everyone was dancing. And I remember very clearly
the days
in the 90s, myself vividly. This is not being told stories where that never ever happened, and I'm really proud of us.
Imagine in the 70s.
Correct.
Imagine in like the 80s that people used to
right.
talk about,
When
particularly
tensions
the
were
70s.
very high.
You know, in the 90s it was the level of tension was not as great as in the 70s.
But you don't wear the colors unless.
No, you don't.
Right.
You don't. You know.
But I'm really proud of us. I love that the word today is unity. I think it is very telling and in keeping with what we saw yesterday. I think we've come leaps and bounds in progress in terms of how we operate as a democratic society, and I'm really proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of, the way that we go out and we vote. There has been democratic transition. There has been democratic continuity.
Yeah.
Without major upheaval. We've had our challenges in the past.
Correct.
But there are countries that fancy themselves as functioning democracies, which don't do what we do very well.
Right.
And I think that speaks volume to the health of our democracy. That challenges though we may have, but we have an electoral system. Big up to the Electoral Office of Jamaica. We have an electoral system that, has served us well.
I will also say on the back of that, kudos to the EOJ for also how quickly they're able to give you some sort of paintings. The picture is painted for you, because there are other nations where a week passed, 2 weeks passed, them can't know what happened.
You're not
Whereas, unless there's something very close that requires a magisterial recount, we're pretty aware before we go to bed where the position stands. I'm very, our EOJ is very well functioning.
And so much so that, like, it's 11 o'clock and we're wondering where are things exactly, and it's so late, 11 o'clock on the night, and in several countries.
It's weeks.
Look
at Guyana the other day. It was weeks before they knew a result.
And in countries where there's no controversy, but it just takes days or the next day, and we have that's the power of putting in proper systems and institutions in place. Like social institutions are important, and that's why we must respect and protect the social institutions that we have and make sure that qualified people are in charge of them. So big up to the Jamaican democracy. Our neighbors, big up to the Dominican Republic Independence. Independence Day for Dom Rep.
Nice.
Big up, congratulations to Dom Rep. Happy Independence
Happy Independence.
Day. How many times have you been to Dom Rep?
I have actually not been to Dom Rep.
You know, I said to myself, I'm not going to embarrass myself and ask, have you ever been to Dom Rep? Because I'm like,
she must go.
Yendi.
No, I've not been, but I tell you something for free. Do you know that when I travel, people automatically assume that I'm from Dominican Republic?
Really? I would have thought maybe Puerto Rico.
No, they go, soy Dominicana. Dominicana? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Soy Jamaiquina. Everyone thinks I'm from Dom Rep, but I've not been, but I need to go. I will go very soon.
I went for the first time last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
and
you
it's
like
really
it?
nice. I did like it.
Where did you go?
I went to Punta Cana. It was nice, but it was, it's very, there's a lot that reminds me of Jamaica.
Yeah.
But the food, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much. But it's all right. It was
Yeah.
all right. I mean, what I like, I got to try, I like to experience the culture and, you know, talk to people and drink your rum.
Yeah.
You know? I have to respect your culture and drink a bit of your rum.
Of course. Otherwise, how dare you?
You know, it's nice, cool people. Cool
Yeah.
people, and they have a lot of love and respect for Jamaica.
Of course. We
Nice,
have
nice.
that little thing about we, you know, people really love we. You know what else happened?
Yeah.
Or, well, what came out yesterday?
Yeah.
There was a nomination, but not a political nomination.
Okay.
Do you know
Yeah.
that Jamaica's Sportswoman of the Year 2023, you know who that is?
Jacko?
It's Shericka Jackson, Jacko.
Yeah.
Jacko has been nominated for the prestigious Laureate Sportswoman of the Year award. That was announced yesterday.
Congratulations, Jacko.
Yes.
Just having your name called in it is an achievement.
Absolutely.
But we definitely are going to be rooting for you. Wow, we're definitely going to be
So
rooting
if you see there on the screen, she's also going up against the likes of like Iga Swiatek. So Iga Swiatek, so I love tennis.
Yeah,
FYI.
okay. Yeah.
So she had a long stretch as the #1 rank in tennis, like which was just recently broken.
Yeah.
So she is in the runnings. Sha'Carri Richardson is also in the runnings.
Okay.
If we were to give a sprinter, which of the two you think would have the edge?
Sha'Carri had a good season, but I think I think that Jacko edged it.
I think so too.
I think
I
she
don't
edged
think
it.
we're being biased.
No. I think Sha'Carri had a good season or a good end to the season, but I don't think she, in terms of her body of work over the period.
And especially Jacko's dominance in the 200.
Yes.
Her dominance in the 200 was phenomenal last year.
Yes. And she ran some really good times. So I'm leaning towards Jacko, of course.
Me too.
If I had a vote, that's where it would be.
But we're biased.
Of course.
Unashamedly biased. Jacko for money.
Yeah, of course. Not changing course.
Yes.
But no, I'm very proud of her, and I'm hoping that, you know, she comes through. Yeah, I'm hoping that she comes through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else do you think was front of mind in the last, since we spoke? I mean, we spoke yesterday morning about the passing of Peter.
Listen to me.
And I was like, I want to pick your brain on it.
Honestly, Dennis, I'm not sure something has knocked the wind out of me like that in a long time.
Yeah.
I literally gasped audibly to the point where my stepmom, morning Debs, my stepmom was just like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That was me.
It was
That was me.
shocking.
That was
it's absolutely devastating. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely person.
I've never met him, but
Truly shocking. And I can only imagine how devastating it is for the Morgan Heritage family.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's completely shocking. I don't know what transpired. I'm still trying to reckon with it. And if I am trying to reconcile with it, can you imagine the family?
The family, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
But again, like I said yesterday, in the midst of, death, there is a celebration of life.
Yeah.
there's a celebration of life.
And it's so funny because in our culture, we mourn the loss of a life. And I remember when I was at Edna Manley and we were studying dance history and we looked at the African history in relation to dance and the rituals. It's the reverse. It's a celebration because you're now with the ancestors. And also this is where the true beauty of the human existence begins because you're in your spiritual realm. And I always wonder, what if we changed our perspective on death? How would we process it? If it would be less of a
remember, you know, it is more, the grieving is more for us, you know.
Yeah, because of what we have lost.
We're not ready to let, I'm not ready, you know?
We're never ever ready to let the person go unless they're absolutely suffering, you know?
And even then, like, you ever go to a funeral and the person is like 98 and you hear Michael Jackson, gone too soon?
Maybe they just didn't have a wider selection of songs.
Anyway, someone who is very much here and we love her so much, Shanna K. Skankin Rankin, our very own Sunrise producer. She is celebrating her Earth Strong today. Look at Shanna K. Oh my God, she's royal.
She sure is.
Yeah. Hard-working producer, dancer, singer, extraordinaire.
The irony of you saying hardworking and they will look on her front on the screen. No, we promise, guys.
I did say Skankin Rankin.
She works really hard.
She works
Don't
really
let the
hard.
TikTok video fool you. That's Pat and Shanna. They're so lovely.
Sometimes she's in our ear and she's,
Shanna.
Oh my, Shanna.
Better come through in that
All right,
pencil
that's
skirt.
her singing. I told you she's into the music. Yeah, so I mean, doing a great job as always, you know. Always, so that was her on the red carpet. So yeah, happy birthday to Shanna. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And to get you started on your day, Shanna, we got a Sunrise mixtape for you, a Spanish. You go. You
I'm
do
ready.
it.
I'm ready.
You're the Latina. You're the Latina.
Well, we're going to run the mixtape selector. I love this. Check out the mixtape.